Hello, Paul. The Hawaiʻi Workers Center envisions a Hawaii in which all workers are empowered to exercise their right to organize for their social, economic, and political well-being.
Yeah, and joining us right now are Sergio Alcubilia, Executive Director of the Hawaiʻi Workers Center, and Robert Miyashita, founding partner at Miyashita and Osteen. How's it, you guys?
How's it?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right, mahalo once again, and we love your vision of empowering Hawaii's workers. It's hard to live in paradise when the overall cost of living in Hawaii is the nation's highest, and many of us have to work 2 or 3 jobs to just make it in Hawaii. So can you guys share with us how the Hawaiʻi Workers Center advocates for Hawaii's workforce?
Yeah, if you think about those, if you think about the people that we know that are working 2 or 3 jobs, right? There are a lot of them are aunties or uncles or cousins, and just minimum wage jobs that aren't unionized, right? Where there's not as much protection. So those are the folks that we organize. So it's not just about us advocating for them, but really having them understand their power as workers. And we do that through different Know Your Rights trainings. We do that through different events. But the main thing is we want them to understand that there's power in the working class.
Yeah,
and there's power in groups, right?
Yes.
When you folks gather together, right?
Yes.
You folks put together a Solidarity with Maui campaign, and I heard it was very successful. What were some of the things that you folks pushed for?
Well, we're still there. We're still there for the long haul.
Yes.
And that's what we said from the beginning, is that we want a just and equitable recovery for all workers. I mean, Maui and the tourism industry would not be what it is today if not for the workers.
Yeah.
Right. So right now, one of the things that's out of control is just the rent that's there. It was a problem before the fires, and then with the fires, it made it even worse. So we're organizing we have our Maui Tenants and Workers Association. We're trying to start a Lahaina Filipino Workers Association, just because it's such a big part of the community. But we're still going there. Every day we're still organizing, talking to workers on the ground, talking to tenants.
Awesome.
I love that, because a lot of us have gone back to our daily lives, even after learning about that last year when the deadly wildfires really was just changed our lives. So thank you guys for being there and still being a part of the work that continues for our Ohana on Maui. Now, Robert, let me ask you a question for our viewers, because actually, Sergio, you mentioned it about the rights classes, and can you talk a little bit about that? What do you guys are exactly? What can our viewers learn from that?
Sure, Davey. So in our line of work, Miyashita and Osteen is a plaintiff's personal injury law firm. So we usually see the impact after the injury occurs.
Okay.
Part of our work, a great part of our work, is conducting a thorough analysis and investigation after the fact to figure out how and why an injury occurred. And usually we see the trauma, and then also we see, some failures that usually resulted in the injury itself. These preventative measures, we gain insight in that, and that's where Hawaiʻi Workers Center and Miyashita and Osteen came about. When Jeremy, my law partner, Jeremy Osteen, and I started this law firm probably about 1.5 years ago, just a little over. We wanted to be committed to giving back to the community.
Yep.
We wanted to empower the workers, and we wanted to promote safety and awareness for safety. And so many of our cases, we see these failures, and including our recent case involving a workplace injury, which resulted in a $6.6 million settlement. What we saw was that these preventative measures, if they're implemented, could more than likely reduce the amount of injuries as well as potential claims and costs associated with the claims. And so we were proud and more than happy to donate $50,000 to Hawaiʻi Workers Center to push that cause. It's very important. Hawaii, as you mentioned, the Lahaina fires, it was devastating to the victims, but it had a far-reaching impact, and that's one of the reasons why we respect the work that Hawaiʻi Workers Center does. They're on the ground, a grassroots organization, helping the people who need a voice, who needs to be empowered by knowledge and education.
Wow, what a great
that's
partnership.
powerful.
Great partnership.
It's not a partnership I would have expected, but I think this is one it's going to bring a lot of great change for our people.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being with us, family.
Yeah, so glad you guys came on the show, man.
Yes.
Appreciate it, and enlightening us today. All right, Sergio, Robert, mahalo nui.
Mahalo, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but before we do,